Today, our fight for survival begins.
Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Extinction Master Sentinel video walkthrough. This is Chapter 9, it's called Armed and Dangerous, and immediately we find ourselves faced with a purple giant, which, the distinction between the giants, if you're wondering guys, I think green is kind of average Joe, blue collar giant. Purple means that they will have random armor sets, so their armor is usually taken from various places and it's all mismatched, which makes them slightly more interesting than some of the other guys. And then the red ones are said to be the ones who will actively hunt you. And I thought that sounded really cool, the idea that there are, a creature that will, rather than destroying everything around it and going for the objectives like a bastard, will come for me. Because the idea of something attacking you in this game is silly, because all you do is climb on its back and then it's the two animations and then you kill them, right? Pretty simple stuff if you've played any game with any kind of complexity in the last 30 years. But the red guys don't really seem to hunt you. They seem to be a little better at attacking you, that's undoubtedly a factor, but they don't seem to be any more malicious or any more inquisitive and attacking of you as a person. And I don't really understand that, because it'd be really useful actually for us, what we're trying to do here with the Master Sentinel move, because a lot of times you're trying to protect watchtowers, you do not have the rune ability to kill them, you do not have the opportunities to get rune ability to kill them, and it leads to these really interesting moments where you're kind of just being a nuisance to slow them down and hoping they don't break the objective. So in those moments, up against a red guy, it would be wonderful to see him just beelined directly for you. In fact, one of the things I thought the game would do, which it never does, is I thought there would be some kind of interplay between more than one Revenai. I thought you'd get into situations where, two of them were attacking you at the same time and trying to get you off their friends and stuff. So you could get into these really interesting moments where one of them stands still that you're on, and his buddy tries to grab on its shoulder to pull you off, and it hits him, he gets stunned a little bit, you walk across the other guy's arm onto the other Revenai, and it's this awesome, crazy, almost choreographed slap fest of them trying to get you off and you using it to damage them. But that never happens. Instead, you chop their arm off, you chop their leg off, you cut their head off, and then you go to the next guy. It couldn't get more simpler than this. It really couldn't, and it's such a shame, because there's an idea here that isn't completely terrible. It's just when you don't take it anywhere, it will always forever remain as an idea that, had a lot of promise, but ultimately delivered very little. But now we have two, and this is a gold Cyclops. So this might be racism on my part, but I think the Cyclopses are just more evil than the other ones and should be, systematically dismembered and then destroyed, which doesn't sound like the nicest thing to say. It sounds a little bit, tyrannical, but it's true. These guys, for whatever reason, love to wreck more than everything else. And I know he's got a club, and the club enables him to get a little bit of extra range. I'm getting fucked right now, by the way. I'm not getting any detection on my slashes because I'm just out of range, and I need to do this quickly because there's two, and whenever there's two of the giants on the map, the other guy's going to cause havoc, and you can see the extinction meter up there looking really dire at 69%. So I break his shoulder pad, I'm going to break his other shoulder pad, and then hopefully when I take his helmet we'll get enough energy to do the killing blow. And one of the things that I was really looking forward to in this game, which once again didn't turn up, was perhaps a skill-based way of making your rune meter build quicker. I thought there would be something in it that would reflect on player ability and player awareness to build it faster. I was hoping that there would even be something along the lines of perhaps getting one full charge of Final Strike and then banking it and then building a second one, much like you do with the takedowns in Batman. But then I realised that because this game literally is all about, chopping off armour, chopping off limb, building energy, cutting off head, doing it again, if you were able to bank an ability to get an instant kill on one dude without having to do any of the legwork, then it would make the game probably too easy and a lot shorter, because you'd just end up banking the one and saving it for the bone giant or saving it for the spiked giant or something like that, because all the other guys are really, really simple to take care of because you could just do what I'm doing right now. and it would probably undercut what little gameplay there is. So that's why that isn't something, but it would also be nice if there were sweet spots, like if there was perhaps a just mechanic on the rune attack. So if you're new to the idea of a just frame or a just attack, it's the idea of having some kind of charge maneuver or some kind of ability where if you press the button at the exact right moment, you get a reward in a more damaging variant of an attack. So for instance, if you can do a charge attack, much like the rune move, where you charge it with the trigger and you release it and it does the move, say if you charge it for 1 second, you don't get anything. But if you charge it for 1.5 seconds exactly, you release it, it makes a unique noise, it does a unique animation or a different colour perhaps, and it just breaks armour that would have taken 2 hits. Or it gives you double the amount of extinction meter because you timed it well, and thus good players can wreck this game way more than standard players can, and vice versa. But that's just not something here, you know. Another way that they could have gone with would have been combo meter. Why is there no combo meter? And the higher your combo meter when you kill people, the more rune attack meter you build. So if you do some fancy combo on a bunch of the small guys and then kill somebody and you get a ton, rather than just spamming the rune attack like I'm going to do and getting the same amount from everything, it would incentivize people to use these awesome move lists and do these fancy combos, but no one's going to do it. Except for like style videos, and they're not going to be doing the mission objectives, they're just going to be juggling one of the green things, which is just really strange, you know. I like this game, but I just find it really, really strange too.